Hey Katie, it's Jessica Peterson for Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me today and for helping me get this video to the management team. I really appreciate you taking the time to speak with me, and I'm super excited you accepted it for your organization because what I'm about to show you today is huge. Okay, I'm going to go over 3 strategies your team can start applying right away, and it's going to make a huge impact in your business. And I know that it will because we've applied the same strategy with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys in the US, and it's made a significant impact. I'm talking some of them reaching dreams they didn't even think were possible, okay? And so right now, you guys have a massive territory. You guys are covering areas of California, Oklahoma, and Texas, yet you only have 8 people getting to your website. So you guys are missing out on thousands and thousands of searches every single month by not properly having these strategies in place, okay? So we are going to talk about your content keyword strategy. We're going to talk about your citations and then your backlink SEO, okay? So as you can see, we are on your website, and you do have a decent website. You do have the basic foundations in place, okay? I do like that all your pages have click to call phone numbers and easy contact buttons, which is awesome. However, you are going to want to put a form right up here on the top of the hero section on every single page. Because we have found that once you do actually start driving traffic, you're going to see an 80% conversion rate increase by just having a form right here, okay? Now, when it comes to ranking a website, Google ranks website based on content, not based on how it looks, okay? And so we do have to have content. It is key. You need a lot of good quality good quality content built around your services, okay? 90% of people, when they're searching for your services, have never been in this situation before. So they're not going to know who you are. They're not searching your name. Okay, as important as your brand is, that's not what they're going to be searching. They are searching the keywords for the services they use. So we do have to focus on those local keywords. Generally, I would say if you are based in Dallas or based in LA, we'd focus on that. But because you're serving 3 different regions, we at least need to focus on the state, okay? The regional keywords that people are searching in those areas. Google does require that you have separate pages for every service that you offer. And if you only offer 4 services, then this is a good basic foundation. I don't know if you only do mitigation or if you do restoration. It looks like you do reconstruction, so we should definitely have restoration in here. But you need to have those separate pages. That allows you to have an entire page devoted to that specific service, what your processes are for that service, answer the most commonly asked questions, and be just generally helpful. Helpful written content built around the local keywords, okay? Or in your case, regional keywords. And then having separate service area pages. So I did see when I dug deeper, you do have state pages, which don't really have any information. And then you do have quite a few service area pages. And so I'm going to just skip down to your footer real quick before going any further. Sorry, it's going fast. So these, you do have separate service area pages, which is good. But these pages, even though they have a ton of content, this is all duplicate content. The only thing that is being switched out from page to page is the town. Okay, people search differently. can't use the same keywords. You can't use the same content on every single page. Google doesn't like duplicate content, so it's not indexing you. It's not allowing you to be indexed for keywords, and it doesn't have the proper repetition of keywords to even be noticed that it's a keyword to be indexed. So we got several major issues here with not using the actual keywords, not having the proper repetition, and the duplicate content. So every single one of those service area pages needs original content. And if you focus it on a real keyword strategy, you'll start seeing those keywords being indexed, okay? And once they're indexed, you can start ranking. Now, this home page here is the most important page of your entire website because it's supposed to tie all of these pages together, including those service area pages, okay? And so it needs to have good quality content. It does need information about each of the major services, which it looks like you do have, which is good. There's just no keyword strategy here. There's no keywords anywhere. And so you need to incorporate the keyword strategy into all of this text. Your content is also images and videos. So you want to make sure every single image is optimized. Veteran owned. Awesome. Thank you so much for your service. I absolutely appreciate you. So do make sure that every image throughout your website is optimized with those keywords. So this just says, hey, after. That's not optimized at all. So we want to be focused on the local keywords people are searching or regional keywords, okay? And this homepage needs at least 1,500 words or more of written content. If your competitors have more, you need more than they have, so you'll need 1,800 or 2,000 words, okay? Google is sending crawlers, which are like mini robots, to your website to scan all of your images, all of this written content to understand who you are, what type of services you're offering, and where you offer those services. So by not having a true content and keyword strategy, Google's not able to index you for keywords or services for your areas to be able to send people to your website. Okay. Now, if we look at your top competitor just in Dallas for water damage, it is SERVPRO, and yes, they're a franchise, but you don't compete against the entire franchise, only the specific locations in your service area, and you have an advantage over them. They get these generic pages that they're not allowed to modify. They're not allowed to have their own websites, and you guys can. So all you have to do is better. That means more content, better quality content, more long form blogs, more pages, and these guys are absolutely beatable, okay? So we just always have to do better than our competition is doing. And then over here, this, as we know, this is how people will search for your services. And there are generally like 3 main positions that your website has the opportunity to show up on the first page of Google. And that's where we want them, right? So the first is going to be ads, and those can be cost per click ads and local service ads like these, which can be extremely lucrative for you guys in your different service areas. But you have to have your processes dialed in and the right type of landing pages. You cannot send people to your regular website pages. They're not going to convert, okay? So to get good conversion and good ROI, you have to have those things in place. If not, we want to work on those first before doing the ads, okay? Now, these next 2 sections are even more critical because this is where bulk of traffic comes. This is the Google Business Profile, Google Map Pack area. So for each of your areas, you want to be in the top 3 for each of your services for these keywords because 30% of people come straight to the map packs and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not one of these top 3 companies, you're leaving money on the table and sending your customers to your competitors. So in order to get here in the top 3, you do need to further optimize your profiles and go out and get citations. And citations are simply listing the name of the business, the address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like Yellow Pages, the Better Business Bureau, Glassdoor, Yelp, Angie's and House, Home Advisor. Even your social media profiles are citations. So each of the locations that you have need to do this, okay? And it's going to help you in ranking those. And then finally, this third section here, this is the organic section. This is the most critical because 60 to 70% of the people searching online will skip everything else. They will skip the ads, they'll skip the maps, and they come right down to this organic section. So it's critical this is where your website shows up. If not, you're losing 60 to 70% of the available jobs in each of your service areas for not showing up here, okay? And so if you want your website to be here, it does all come back to the foundation of this website. Is it properly built with the right content and keyword strategy? And then are you supporting that strategy with a backlink SEO? Okay. Now, this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to show how your website is performing. As we can see here, there's no mention of Texas here. Okay. And we can see you guys have a rating of a 7 out of 100 in Google's Trust Flow. That means Google doesn't trust your website. And yes, it does have to do with the quality of your website. But more so, it has to do with the power you send to your website. Your website is a tool. And like most tools, they require power. And so we power websites with your backlinks, okay? You only get credit for one backlink per referring domain because the referring domain is simply the website that is sending you that link, okay? And the fact that you have a score of 7 and over 700 backlinks, it's a lot of backlinks to have such a low score. That tells us that majority of these links are spammy links that are actually hurting you more than they're helping. Okay, so now while we do need a ton of good backlinks and we need more than our competition, we need to understand this is a popularity contest. We only want good, relevant, do follow links closely related to the services that you're offering. So these would be links from other home service businesses and vendors, etc. Okay. Now, once you start getting those good quality links, this score goes way up, which means Google's trusting your website and it's promoting your website higher in the rankings. And it's going to help you rank those keywords. Now, right now, despite having all of those pages and a lot of written content, because there's no actual content keyword strategy, you've only been indexed for 26 keywords and you're getting 8 people to your website per month. So you're missing out on thousands of potential traffic and customers each month. And when we look at these keywords, you only have a couple keywords that are on the first page of Google. Okay. And we have branded. This is a national keyword. So out of the 10 potential traffic, you guys had 1. We have Riverside, fire damage repair Riverside, and mold remediation Redlands. Okay. We do have a couple other keywords indexed, but you're missing the bulk of your service areas and relevant keywords to be ranking, to be driving that traffic. Okay. So you're missing out on tons and tons of potential. And when we look at your competition, they have a score of a 4.5, which makes sense. They're not doing SEO, but because of the power of their website, it pushes power to them, which is allowing them to index and for them to get over 1,300 people to their website. And if we just look at those keywords, we can see the ton of volume just in Dallas alone. There's over 1,000 searches for water damage in Dallas, okay? And they're ranking. So these guys are absolutely beatable, as with most competitors, but you do have to use these processes I've just shown you. So please feel free to do it on your own, or if you would like help, to give us a call, and we'd be happy to chat. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to hearing from you soon.